Hi, this is Irina McWilliam Lopez with 1623 Studios, and I'm joined by Fernando Martinez of the Massachusetts Nonprofit Network. And we're going to hear about how the network is responding to the current pandemic, definitely affecting a lot of small businesses and nonprofits across the Commonwealth. Thank you for joining us, Fernando. And first off, tell us about the Massachusetts Nonprofit Network.
Thank you so much, Irina. So the Massachusetts Nonprofit Network is the voice of the nonprofit sector. Our mission is to strengthen nonprofits from the Berkshires to Cape Ann and Cape Cod through advocacy, public awareness, and capacity building. The first point, advocacy, that includes advancing policies at the local, state, and federal levels that are important and support nonprofits and the people that they serve. Secondly, public awareness. We do a lot of work promoting the impacts, not only of individual organizations, but of the entire sector as a whole, and its collective impact on our lives. Finally, in terms of capacity building, we offer trainings and webinars, including a large annual 600-person professional development conference every year to build the skills of nonprofit professionals and empower them to do the important work in their communities. All of our nonprofits, we serve all nonprofits of all different regions and mission areas. We have a particular focus on our 750 members, which represent every region and subsector of the state. We also work with 150 business members, what we call them affiliates, who provide services to nonprofits on things such as accounting, HR, technology, and we bring them into the network to leverage their strengths and expertise to serve our members.
And how have your priorities changed just as a result of this current pandemic? Are you shifting priorities?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to respond on the fly as information comes in and as the impacts become all the more apparent to nonprofits. We've conducted a number of surveys with our partner Philanthropy Massachusetts, which is a statewide association of grant makers. We've received overwhelming responses to these surveys. These surveys provide us really valuable input so that government officials, philanthropic funders, and other big stakeholders know where the needs are in the nonprofit sector, and how they can inform what they're doing to help nonprofits. We just finished our latest survey had over 550 responses, and those responses are going to help us tailor and customize support and work for nonprofits moving forward. Secondly, we've been doing a lot of advocacy, as is part and parcel to our mission. Our advocacy has shifted in the past week or so to focus on specific issues that nonprofits and challenges that nonprofits are facing regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. That would include financial relief. So the Congress and the president just signed into law the CARES Act, which provides a lot of financial resources and relief for nonprofits. In addition, unemployment-related insurance flexibilities, because a lot of people are filing for unemployment and are getting laid off. That is something that we're working with leaders on to expand flexibilities for certain types of nonprofits, particularly those that self-insure. We're also compiling and sharing a bunch of resources webpage and trying to keep that updated, we're focusing on the resources that matter the most to nonprofits, and are, again, curating them and posting them on a daily basis. Finally, we're expanding our offerings to our nonprofit members to really give them additional supports in this time that they so desperately need. One of the ways we're doing that is offering more tailored technical assistance on aspects related to policy and advocacy, but also communications, and supporting them in those specific ways. We're also enhancing our webinar and virtual events series, and trying to shift as much of the programming that we had in person onto a virtual format, because that is the best and frankly the only way that we can reach the nonprofits in this really challenging time.
Wow, those are huge changes, really rapid response, really impressive. And beyond, it sounds like you're gathering a lot of your information and insights from your own community. Beyond that, who are you looking to for resources or information, whether it's networks or otherwise? Who do you look to?
That's a really good point. I think in terms of resources, particularly as it relates to federal policy updates, We are members of the National Council of Nonprofits, which is a national network of statewide nonprofits associations. So every state has a nonprofit association. There's actually 2 in Massachusetts. So we're a member of that network, and they share a lot of great resources in regards to the act I just mentioned, the CARES Act, the other stimulus bill that was passed before that. They're a really terrific resource. They actually have a webinar tomorrow at 3:30 on impacts of these 2 bills to nonprofits that I highly recommend people register and attend. It's free and open to all. Again, National Council of Nonprofits. Also, I mentioned Philanthropy Massachusetts. There are partners on the ground in Massachusetts and surveying nonprofits, getting their feedback, disseminating results. We work with the nonprofit partners. They work with the philanthropic funders. So we're trying to pool our resources together to maximize our reach and hopefully maximize the support that we're both able to provide. Finally, we're really relying on trusted sources of information. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health is someone that we're looking towards, particularly with statewide data and changes to policies as the crisis unfolds. The state government also has an alert system set up for free for anybody who wants alerts on policy related issues. You can get a text and an email to your phone, and frankly, I personally use that because it keeps me up to date with what things are happening. And again, it's all free and available and publicly available to all. And just trying to really stay connected with state policymakers who are in the trenches, kind of fighting this from a legislative side as well.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, where can they go to find out these details about the Massachusetts Nonprofit Network?
I would just go to our website, massnonprofitnet.org. You'll see the coronavirus stuff on the front page of our website in one of those top boxes. In addition, I would also advise anybody who's listening who wants to stay in touch with us for regular updates to sign up for our free newsletter, which is called Sector News. Again, if you go to massnonprofitnet.org, you'll see a button in the top right-hand corner that says subscribe. And that way listeners who are interested in staying in touch with us can sign up for our newsletter and receive it on a monthly basis.
Fernando, thank you so much. This has been really important, really informative. And for our community listeners, I'm sure you'll see more traffic on the website soon, because it sounds like there's a lot of really helpful information there. So appreciate it.
We hope so. And thank you very much for having us. And we're here to help as a resource to all nonprofits.
Thank you.